Is it working? Hey, it is working. Nice. Microphone. And there's nobody here, so I can say whatever I want. So I don't know, poppycock. Fuck am I doing? uh, let's play something. Whatever. Pew, pew. I don't know what to play. Doom? Yeah, why not? Why the F not? Hope I get someone in here. Well, anyway, let's play Doom because I'm dumb. Also because my PC cannot handle anything else, to be honest. Once I got this thing to run 60 FPS. 60. One day I'll get something decent. It cannot get 60 FPS on the menu. And that's sad, man. That's really, really sad. Huh, also, I didn't share this one with my best friend. Shall I? No. Just. Yeah. Okay. We still have 0 viewers, which is nice. Is 0 more than last time. This channel is not going anywhere, man.
Olivia is using the tower to drill a doorway into their world. You can prevent her from opening the gate by disabling the tower induction filters.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, it takes time to load the gun textures. I don't care. You use what you have. That's how life go. You know, I have been a lot of times in heavy distress, and I mean heavy distress. The only thing that has kept me going is that I use whatever appears at hand, and I mean whatever. My desk is made out of recycled materials and is a goddamn badass desk. Maybe I'll upload a photo to Twitter. Is this recycled wood and the legs and stuff is from an old desk, a metal piece from an old desk, and well, a bunch of scrap metal that I bent to shape so I could properly use it. And it went really, really nice. Oh, I got already the materials. I don't have the jump now, right? No, I don't have it. So let's see. How long is into the game when you get the high jump? If anyone connects, no one is connecting. God damn that frame rate though. I gotta fix that. 45 FPS. Oh. That's actually nice. That's actually nice. Let's hope we don't get enemies near and... Why was I playing this again? Oh yeah. There you go. Where? Not that way. Okay. Shall I do it? Yeah, why not? Having an SSD that can load this game that fast and being unable to actually properly game in it is a bitch. For fuck's sake, man. Ven acá, vieja lesbiana. Oh, this Spanish meme. Don't pay attention to that. I guess the PS4 version does a lot of auto aiming when you are up close. That will make sense actually. Okay. Whatever. I hear demons. I don't see demons. God damn, that frame rate on the stream is horrible. Oh, that's... Yeah, why not? Kill yourself, right? I'm a gorilla. Kill yourself. The stream frame rate is shit. Is truly shit. What else can I play? Goddamn, one day I'll get enough money to buy a decent graphics card and I'll play a lot of games for this channel. Before I was using... Where's that puppy? I don't know. Well, I was using my Elgato. Elgato. It was fine. It was decent. I could stream from my Wii U. That was nice. I don't know where I left that thing. It's one of the thingies that got blown up. And I'm trying to see if I get my best friend to interact. Hey! Letist, welcome! I'm currently at... basically, I have no interaction whatsoever other than you, so welcome! I have been trying, man. I really have been trying, but it's difficult. Getting cloud whatsoever is a bit difficult. Whatever. I was playing Doom. I was sucking at Doom because my graphic card sucks. So, do you have any game request? I'll show you my library and you can decide. Onet games. It's not much, but I love it. By the way, The Witcher 3, it won't run. There's no way. Oh yeah, it can get easier. And well, it's not like I really have something interesting to talk about most of the time. There's always something on the culture wars, but you know, it gets really tiresome sometimes. I want to rescue what I love so I can give it to my son one day. And I know that's not much, but being able to give Star Wars to my son, being able to give Star Trek to my son, that is what I want. And the rest, the drama thing. Okay, one that I like. Ooh, let's do something funny. This game I played when I was a kid. I was like I don't know, 10 years old. It was one of the first games I fully sat down and properly play. And god damn it, LucasArts. Also, I should get headphones, right? I always forget about the headphones. There. Let's see if... The music on this game is so incredibly beautiful. This game is about a guy that one day decided to become a pirate and sucked at it. So in the previous games, he has tried to defeat a zombie pirate.
Captain's log. Guybrush Threepwood.
It became
lost at sea for days now. I have no crew or
kind
navigational
of a
instruments.
demon pirate.
No provisions except a half-eaten corn dog, and unless I find water soon, I'm surely done for. Only the hope of finding my love, Elaine, keeps me going. My quest for the fabulous treasure called Big Whoop has left me in this sorry state. I thought it would bring me fame and glory. Instead, it delivered me into the clutches of my enemy, the zombie pirate LeChuck. I had thwarted his evil plot to marry Elaine, and he was after revenge. Really, really thirsty now.
This
If only I
animation
could have a
style
small
on
drink of
games
fresh
at
water,
this
I
time,
might have the strength to sail on.
it was unheard of.
Oh, but I know
It
there's
was
nothing but
really
ocean
unheard
for
of.
miles and miles. If I could reach land, I might find water and some food. Fruit, maybe. Something to fight off the scurvy and help me get my strength back. Maybe some bananas. Oh, why do I torture myself like this? I might as well wish for some chicken and a big mug of grog for all the good it'll do me. Oh, my sweet Elaine. Am I cursed to starve here on this ocean without seeing your face just one more time? Am I...
That music, man. I'm telling you, the amount of work that people had to do to make every single sound matter. When you were programming a game, you knew that every single beat mattered. So having that, having so many restrictions, yeah, it was incredible. The artwork is. This game is Lucas Arts at its best. And I know the day they closed Lucas Arts, it didn't hit me when Disney bought Lucasfilm, because you know what? That could happen to any other company, because owners get tired of owning shit. I have spoken with people that run medical, pharmaceutical businesses, and one day they got tired and opened a Magic the Gathering store. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. That's what he wanted. By the way, is the music too loud? Should I take care of that? Damn, this game is gorgeous.
How many times do I have to tell you, LeChuck, I just don't feel that way about you?
Elaine?
By my congealed blood, you'll learn to
Okay.
love me. Sail with me,
I'll
and I'll
take
make
care
you
of that
queen
after
of the
this scene.
dead.
I can't. I'm washing my hair tonight.
Blast be your hair, woman! Can't you see that this salty old sea corpse pines for your every gentle caress?
You know, I don't think my father would approve of me dating the undead. And you're probably too nice a zombie pirate for me anyway. Let's just be friends instead.
He's in the zombie
Let's
zone.
face it, LeChuck, you're an evil, foul-smelling, vile, codependent villain, and that's just not what I'm looking for in a romantic relationship right now.
Darn your riddles, you saucy female! What do you mean? Ow! Oh!
You're a bloodthirsty monster who's already kidnapped me once, tortured my friends, and taken from me the only man I ever loved, Guybrush Threepwood.
Ah, how romantic. Ship ahoy!
Threepwood!
Yeah, it's kinda the 70s animation. the
Fish
issue
him
is
out.
that a lot of the good animators
Guybrush?
left
Guybrush Threepwood.
Disney.
By my
There was,
gangrenous gut, I don't know how you escaped my
I
carnival
wouldn't
of the
say
damned.
a strike,
But you won't
but
escape a taste of my blade.
they didn't want to work for Disney. They were getting really underpaid, and I don't know if you know how
The lass
Shrek
has
ended up
spirit.
being done.
Throw him in the hold. I'll finish him
There's
after the
a
battle.
lot of jokes about the
Turn loose the
ex-president
longboats.
of Disney.
And prepare
And
the
jokes about
flaming
Pixar.
voodoo cannonball.
They got a lot of bad blood on the animation department. And let's see the volume. That should work.
I've got to get out of here and help Elaine. If I could only get through this one door, well, then I could easily overpower the armed guards above, slip over the side, and make for the shore.
Quit your mumbling, captive.
So, well, I know that because my ex-girlfriend, the girl that I had
These
a son
scurvy
with,
dogs.
was an
This'll make
animator,
you
a
rue
digital
the
animator
day.
at that. She was into
Avast just
3D and
once.
wanted
Prepare
to
for your
work
doom.
on Pixar. This girl was
They're too heavy to carry.
quite
Get
crazy.
Bilge
Trust me.
water.
Nah.
Stand back.
Well, anyway, in Ecuador we had this university, the UTPL, that has some agreement with Cal Arts. Anyway, she was a bit of an oddball. I didn't know how much at that time. Then I really got the memo when I saw her having every single Mac product she could get her hands on, and ay.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
It was
I'm the evil pirate.
it was a difficult
Bloodnose,
relationship.
the wickedest fiend ever to sail under the banner of King Death.
I
I'll
was
soon
into
chew
Magic
your
the
nose
Gathering.
off as look at you.
And well, Pokemon X and Y was releasing. Oh yeah, I had a lot of crazy girlfriends throughout my life, but this one, I had this girlfriend for 5 years. She is the daughter of a guy that was teaching on one of the biggest universities on my country, economics. He owns a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff. He has shares on beer breweries, on you have a word on English for the construction companies. I do not know right now that word, and I know my accent is getting pretty bad. But, I should take a sip, and this is lovely. Is serrano? Is rocoto chili and pepper blend on vinegar, and that will be a bug repellent for my plants. I grew cannabis. I grew Mary Jane.
You sound pretty tough.
I'm so tough.
And,
In junior high, I
out of
stuffed
late,
Davy
there has
Jones
been
in his locker.
these small bugs that are starting to get on my nerves because they only eat the back side of the leaf, and that generates a lot of troubles when you are trying to get flowers. That's well, one day
How tough are you again?
I'm so tough, I could survive being
I
flogged
dislike
with a
using
cat of
chemicals
9 tails
because
for half an hour.
I know
Or
I'll be
3
consuming
cats of
that.
5 tails for 18 minutes.
Are you wearing a fake beard?
Blood knows the pirate would not have a
And
fake
well,
beard.
returning
Yes,
to
it
my
is.
girlfriend.
It's been glued to your ear hair.
At that
Actually,
time.
it's a highly sophisticated
As I said,
beard
she
weave
wanted to be
made from the chest and
on
back hair of real pirates.
CalArts. She wanted to go to Disney or Pixar or
Hey,
whatever.
Wait a minute. You're not
She
a
was
pirate.
way into
Wally! Don't you recognize me? It's Guybrush Threepwood.
into getting fame,
Gee.
and it
Hello,
was
Mr. Wood.
kinda
The
boring
last
to
time I
be
saw you,
honest,
we were prisoners in
because
LeChuck's dungeon.
she was
Why would you
always
sign on with a ship of
mixing
the living
herself
Well, Mr.
in
Brush, at first I
this
had some misgivings
syndication attempt
about it, but
for
thanks to
animators
LeChuck's seminars,
and trying to
motivational
force a
lectures,
lot of
and
politics,
audiobooks on
and you
Parrot,
know where
I've
I'm
become
going.
a
I was
vicious
with an
corsair. You can
SJW.
too. Ask me how.
I was with an SJW. I have a song with an SJW. Oh, it will grow so much, Letist. You have no idea. One day, when regulations are set, when I have seen how many things you can do with the stem of cannabis and with the flowers, and man, if they knew 100 years ago how much money they could
Tell me about
make.
these audiobooks.
To become
Just
a pirate,
think about
the audio
solid
books
state
on
batteries.
Parrot are key. You get a set of 12 parrots, one a month.
You
Return as
can
many
generate
as you like.
carbide
Keep them all
on
and
a cannabis
live.
stem,
They teach you to talk just
passing
like a
through
pirate.
electricity.
All the key phrases are in there. Blow
And
the
you'll
man
get
down. Shiver me timbers. Who's a pretty
70
bird?
times the
All
amount
the
of energy
phrases a
you will
pirate
get on
needs
lithium,
to command respect on the high seas.
because carbon is oh, I'm so sorry your granddaughter is trying SJW stuff. The
Yeah.
current virus has
This
destroyed
leaflet explains the basic philosophy I
a
follow.
lot of minds. Look, at that time, I'm talking about 2010 that I started courting her, and 2011 that I finally got to be with her.
Tell me about these motivational lectures.
And
They weren't lectures as such. It
At
was what
first,
Chuck described as
it
flogging
was
the inner child.
something I will say benign. She was she
Tell
was
me
a
about these
bisexual,
seminars.
The
so
seminars really brought
she
things
was
into focus.
facing
You
that
don't
at
know how
the time.
empowering
I
it is
tried
to be able to
to
say to
help
yourself,
her
yes,
with
I
her
am a despicable, filthy, villainous pirate, deserving
her
blame
inner
and
conflicts,
censure,
but because
that
you know what,
pirate is who I want to be.
I
Everyone
didn't
was
really
very
care about
supportive. We had this
all that.
great feeling
She
of
was with me.
synergy. Then LeChuck
It
kicked
was
down the
not
door and
something
said,
that
"You lazy scum, get back to work,
that
or I'll
should
beat ya
matter that
with
much.
your own legs."
But then, well, everything was racist. I love doing really spicy jokes.
You're a failure as a pirate.
Shut your
I
trap,
love
you
mocking a lot
yellow-bellied
of stuff
blowfish.
because that's
One
the way
more peep out
my
of you, and I'll do you in.
Peep.
Yes, Gabrous swab. One more word, and I'll let you have it.
Word.
That's it.
this is my kind of
I'm
humor.
gonna blast you. I'm
If someone
gonna-
is facing you with a rifle,
I can't
you
do
joke about
I
it.
just can't.
And that's
You're
the
right,
culture
Mr.
on
Wood.
Quito as a
I'm
whole.
just not
We
a
have
pirate.
this
I'm not
salquiteña
ferocious or bloodthirsty
is
or hateful
that
or
we
anything.
like to
I'm not
diffuse
even-
everything with jokes.
I'm not even unpleasant. Oh.
So like the day I
there,
asked her for, I gave her the ring and everything, but we never went. So I guess I asked her for her to keep that ring for me for a while. Yeah, exactly. But well, she was interested actually in money. I didn't get that at the time, but yeah, I guess I get it now.
Are you sorry, you old?
It was a difficult breakup. She was pregnant.
You're gonna get us all killed.
I was dying.
It's like you're not one of the Chuck's Eagle minions. The fourth, you fool! I'm a fool!
And that ended badly.
Sorry. All right, now we get back to them. Sorry about that. Oops, my fault.
Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this. Ooh, gross. All the bones and stuff are floating towards the ship. I can't quite squeeze past this cannon.
Well, they've messed with the wrong skull this time.
Anyway, where was I? I used to do a lot of really weird jokes. When we were just dating, she used to laugh a lot about my terrible jokes. But at a point, it's like something changed.
Lose something?
I am Murray, the
And
invincible
everything I said was evil and bad and should be discarded. And she was always pissed
Uh-huh.
at something, at anything.
Would you pick me up so I can bite you?
No!
I just thought I'd ask.
Can I call you Bob?
I don't
You
know,
may call
it was
me
boring.
Murray. I am a powerful
It was
demonic
really
force.
boring being in
I
that
am the
relationship
harbinger of
because
your
I could
doom,
not
and the
do
forces of
anything.
darkness will
I
oppose
wanted
me as I
to,
strive to the gates of
I don't
hell,
know, go
carrying
to
your
a
light.
party.
Stride?
And I'm not one to
All
go
right,
to a
then
lot of
roll.
parties, but
Roll through the gates of hell. Must you take the
it was like, I don't want to go there. There's too many people I don't like. Why do dislike them?
You know,
Because
you look
they
great
are
with a melting candle on your
bad
forehead.
people.
I get the feeling you're not taking me
Why?
quite seriously.
No, I am, really.
Just why?
Really? Then let me hear you scream in terror.
And there was no reason. She just had a lot of resentment, and I think that's what make SJWs so
It's been swell talking to you.
Run then! Run! Run away
so
from the
focused
fearsome
on
skull
attacking people.
until you die.
They are
I shall revisit you
really,
in your most
really
horrible
frustrated
nightmares.
at something, and they hold
Whatever.
this deep resentment, which can be tiresome at times. You cannot go somewhere because there was some people that, I don't know, look at her wrongly.
If I could just get my hands on that gunner. If I could just get my hands, period. Ah, well, I guess I'll just have to look on the bright side of this.
I just wanted to enjoy life, and
Hey, that's my arm.
that's all. I didn't want to be in that many fights. She was always in fights. She was always at odds with anyone, someone, whatever.
Haha! Taste
cold steel.
I don't
people
know, I
can't
didn't
string
like
rope.
that mentality, so I tried to change her mind, which ended up
Now, with the demon
being
flames
quite
of this
useless.
voodoo cannonball, I'll blast my significant other
Quite
into
really
the significant
useless.
other world. That'll show her how much I truly care. Neptune's navel. That was a close one.
And it's not like I'm that sweet of a guy. Let's be honest. I'm a complete asshole almost every single day.
Hey, I lost my cutlass when the ship capsized.
Exactly. That was the mentality. If I can't have it. You know, sometimes you just want to
No
go
self-respecting
somewhere
pirate would be seen wearing
and
that.
be happy. That's the thing I don't understand with these people. Sometimes I just want to be happy.
It got broken when the ship capsized.
And there was always a reason to be unhappy. There was always a grievance with someone. And there was so many enemies. Let's see, where's the ring?
Yeah, that stuff is disgusting. Even from, I don't know, that seems kind of creepy.
I don't know why they look so hard for reasons to be against anything, something, whatever. I don't get it. I truly don't. Like, right now, I'm trying really hard to push against Disney, and I write angry tweets at Disney because they are letting someone attack fans. But then the rest of my day is not like I'm boiling my blood against evil. I don't really care. I'm doing my stuff, I'm enjoying my life.
Because the ship is capsized, this ladder goes to nowhere. It's the biggest pile of treasure I've ever seen. I finally found my treasure. I'm a real pirate after all.
So anyway,
It's bad luck to grab booty on our ladder.
then I gave her the ring like 8 months into the relationship, and she said, you know, I'm doing
A beautiful high-capacity
my
washer and dryer
career,
combination.
I'm finishing my studies, so let's wait. And I said, okay,
It's a bottle of sparkling formaldehyde.
let's wait.
Good year, too.
Sparkling formaldehyde.
It's LeChuck in all his glory. No self-respecting pirate would be seen wearing that. Nah.
Well, a
It's
lot
got a
of
zombie
stuff
ballerina.
happened on that relationship. We broke up quite a lot of times because there were things like this. She had a medical condition, and I told her, "Hey, Liam Neeson, and I screwed up your name, Liam Neeson's chin." That was not a smooth salutation.
Hey, I can see the ocean floor.
Well, it was a disaster, man. I went to visit a
A
friend.
beautiful high-capacity washer and dryer combination.
She got mad because my friend wasn't
Chuck and all
good
his
enough,
glory.
I guess.
Glory.
Um,
It's got a zombie ballerina.
Pokemon X and Y was releasing, so I sold my Magic collection, and I mean, I really sold a lot of difficult to get Magic cards. And I bought her the 3DS with Pokemon X on the day of release at Ecuadorian prices. That meant I spent $500 as a whole. I am supposed to do something here with balloons, I guess.
I can't use a balloon with that.
No. Man, I haven't played this game in so long, and I played on Spanish. The voices are hilarious.
I don't even want to know what LeChuck's plans were for that.
Yeah, things started to go a little bit crazy because I was spending, let's say I was spending twice the amount I was spending on anything else in one date. One date. One single date.
It's LeChuck and all his glory.
So things got kinda weird at the time. It was like I was without a job, she was pissed at me all the time.
Hey, it's the Songs for Undead Lovers collection.
And I didn't get why. Also, there should be a ring about here.
It's a bag of wooden nickels. Some treasure.
If I remember correctly, there was a ring.
I don't even want to know what LeChuck's plans were for that.
Yeah, the things we do for love indeed. So, I had spent a lot of money, and I was always telling her I want to get married, and she was like, no, right now I have this or this other thing to do and whatever. I was like, okay.
No self-respecting pirate would be...
Let's say
I can't use the skeleton arm with that.
I just
I can't use a balloon with that.
try to be a better man. So I started learning a lot more things. I started doing a lot more things for myself. I got this nice house on the outsides of the town, and I wanted to live there with her. She got this huge grievance with the place because one simple thing.
It's bad luck to grab booty under a ladder.
We didn't have a washing machine.
It's stabbed through the heart. Cute and yet sinister. The bear's too big to carry around, and the sword's a fake plastic one.
That was it. We didn't have
I see more than enough of him already. It got broken when
a
the ship
washing machine.
capsized. I don't know, that seems kind of creepy.
Where's the effing ring?
No.
So anyway, I decided that, you know what, I won't have that much money for much more time, so why don't I buy her some real nice white clothes? Because I don't know. And let's see if she agrees to this weird plan. Her parents were really against me because, well, I didn't have money.
Because the ship is capsized, this ladder goes to nowhere. Hey, can anybody lower a rope? No, if only I could find a way to get up there and get out. Because the ship is capsized, this ladder goes to nowhere. Because
I
the ship
don't
is
remember
capsized, this ladder
what
goes
to do
nowhere.
here. Anyway, I'm just playing for playing's sake. It's not like I'm really trying to do anything. But I really do wonder.
No. That's not the kind that opens. Hey, I can see the ocean floor. Nah.
Okay. And yeah, I had this really nice house on the outside of Quito, on a place called Calderon. It had a small kitchen, a nice bedroom. Hey, just another red shirt. Hell, man. Yeah, I decided to wash clothes by hand myself. I did that. So she had grievances with the bathroom and whatever. All I did to get that house, I took care of a friend's pet.
I can't use the skeleton arm with that. I can't use the skeleton. I can't use the skeleton
I'm
arm.
just
I can't use
trying
the skeleton.
things
I can't
at
use
random.
the skeleton arm with that. I can't use the skeleton arm with that.
Then I got ill. It was I have a cyst on my brain, and it's there for life, so I can't do anything about it. I was supposed to get an operation, but seems like my system will not be able
Hey,
to
there's a
take
big
it.
diamond ring behind this bag.
I knew there was a ring.
No self-respecting pirate would be seen wearing that.
So, yeah, I have the ring.
That doesn't take wooden nickels. That doesn't take wooden nickels.
I was really ill. Things got crazy, and I just was dying. That's life, you know. At that time, I got sad. I thought, well, life sucks, everything sucks. But at one point, you don't really care, man.
No.
A week passed and I was like, okay, I'm dying. A month passed and I was like, okay, one month to go. And I reached the 2 months and I was supposed to be on terminal condition, but I was getting better, so...
It's got a zombie ballerina. Because the ship is capsized, this ladder goes to nowhere. Hey, can anybody lower a rope?
Can I
That doesn't take wooden nickels. That doesn't take wooden nickels. That doesn't take wooden nickels.
Okay, I'm quite stuck, which is nice. I have the ring. No, I should be able to
I
do
don't
something.
even want to know what LeChuck's plans were for that.
With the nickels.
Nah. Hey, can anybody lower a rope? Hey, can anybody lower a rope?
This guy is supposed to help, I guess. Thank you very much, Letist. To be honest, before I was one of those assholes that tried to say, you know, your prayers, but I don't believe. You know, prayers are a way to focus energy on someone, and that should be really, really appreciated, because it's the time and the effort and the energy spent on you, and that I got just watching my girlfriend. Her mother was a really strong Catholic and Orthodox Catholic. She had the Pope on the entrance of the house, and quite a lot of saints and stuff. Yet every time her daughter went out of home and she said to her, God bless you, she responded with something stupid. And it was not like, my mom knows I'm an atheist, so I will tell her God doesn't exist while I hug her. Is like, I know what you are trying to say. I have been bitter to that particular religion, but I do appreciate that love. No, my girlfriend was like, I will say it like she said on Spanish. Ay, mami, ya vas a empezar con tus pendejadas. That means, oh, mom, you are starting with your bullshit. I didn't like that. I didn't like my mother-in-law, but being that much of an asshole with her, it was sad, man. Sometimes, just sometimes, you need to take a step back and think, will...
No, if only I could find a way to get up there and get out.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. There's...
I don't want to pop the fun. That doesn't need any jewelry.
Okay, so the...
That doesn't take wooden nickels. That doesn't take wooden nickels.
No, the nickels are for getting the soda can later on the game. And sorry, I know, this game is supposed to be this...
It's got a zombie ballerina.
This weird. Is... Maybe I chose poorly. But anyway, she was angry at her mom for wishing her something good.
It's LeChuck in all his glory. Glory.
Some friends of her were the kind that wanted every single Bible
ballerina.
to be burned. And I was... My grievance is with the Catholic Church, not with the Catholic faith. I actually love the faith because my grandparents are Catholic. My granddad has a collection of old Bibles and stuff. The Mount of Saints, the Mount of Crucifix. I was raised by Catholics, later became Southern Baptist, then I formed my own relationship with God. Yeah, that's exactly my mindset right now. I think there is at least something like a purpose here. And it's not like I think we all came to life to do something. It's more like, have you ever pondered about life itself. It's a chemical reaction. Yet every single individual that has been created by this chemical reaction keeps trying to make this chemical reaction go on and pass on to other beings and get complicated. That's incredible to me. That's just incredible. Life keeps trying to breathe life at every turn. This planet had these gigantic cataclysms that had fully destroyed everything, continents as a whole. Right now I hold a piece of obsidian. This is what the people around here used to make their tools of, and actually this was gotten on an archaeological excavation near here. That's the kind of stuff you can find here, and you can see there were people 4,000 years ago right here just living, and that's wonderful.
It's a diamond ring. It's a bag of wooden nickels.
I could never tell you how weird it is to think that I'm on a 100 years old house that was made over a 2000 years old civilization that made their homes over another 2000 years old to them civilization. And that happened. That just happened. And I'm here, just above their legacy, their
Piracy.
Their
the
bones.
LeChuck Way. Chapter 1. How to get more than 15 men on a dead man's chest.
We humans do seem to be the most unlikely of things, indeed. The probabilities that all comes together the way it does, very small. It's indeed wonderful. Yes, it is wonderful, and that's something like, let's touch, like I'm not monetized, so I can really push the boundaries here. Not that much, but I can really push the boundaries because Google doesn't really give a damn.
It's stabbed through the heart. A beautiful high-capacity
what?
washer and dryer combination.
About abortion. There's instances when it is really necessary to preserve life. And sometimes you have to take the hard decision, and interrupting a pregnancy can save the woman's life, so sometimes you need to take that hard decision. Then I see what the feminists are doing here on my city and on Argentina. I saw the crazy, sorry if I'm being too harsh, but the crazy twats
Hey,
dancing
it's the songs for
around
Undead Lovers collection.
because abortion was allowed. It means in some emergency instance you can get the right treatment to keep living.
Hey, can anybody lower a rope?
I'm pretty sure there was someone that will come from there and gave me a rope, but I don't know how to trigger the band, and this game is really old. this is the third part on a saga that spans from the Amiga to
No. It's a bottle of sparkling formaldehyde. Good year, too.
anyway.
I
Well,
don't even want to know what LeChuck's
I
plans
see
were for
them
that.
riling up against patriarchy and being really, really nasty. And I wonder. And I'll be playing another game. I know it's getting boring right now. Anything. It's just that I don't get that mentality to go around and celebrate something that is so sad. This mindset, man, this mindset of is the majority of the non-activists hold that position, and I know why. I know there's a lot of people that has faced a lot of hardships, and sensibilities can be one thing, but reasoning always will prevail, and that's something I have seen throughout history. And my position is simply that should not be celebrated. You should care about life as a whole. And I had a game to load. And I'll go out of camera for a second. Just a second. Damn allergies, man. Much better there.
Inside the village, awaiting confirmation of the target.
No man. Looks like the KPF set up an HQ at the town hall next to the school. We need to find that.
Oh, okay, my mouse was in full sensitivity. God damn it! Die. Yeah, the weird part is that I'm talking against death while playing a game about killing. And
Nomad, I'm inside the village.
That's
awaiting
funnier.
confirmation of the target.
No man. Looks like the KPF set up an HQ at the town hall next to the school. We need to find that hostage. They found a building on the side of the contact's whereabouts.
I don't know what even I was doing in this game, okay?
Nomad, I'm
This
inside
game
the village.
I
Awaiting confirmation of the
installed
target.
it because
Looks like the KPF set up an HQ at the town hall next to the school. We need to find that hostage.
I wanted to
Recon the building
test
for any
my
sign of the
graphics
contact's
card.
whereabouts.
And if you saw a second of my playthrough of God damn it, I want the a game is sometimes just a game, and that's the issue I had with Hillary Clinton when she was presidency candidate. What button is to crouch? Oh, there you go. On my keyboard just switch. Anyway. How did I activate the abilities? Oh yeah, middle click. So invisibility. Anyway. But recently I tried to be with another SJW in a relationship, and it was a terrible mistake. One, I knew her from It's a minefield.
Nomad, I'm inside the village. Awaiting confirmation of the target.
It's a minefield.
Looks like the KP have set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school.
I cannot
We need to
run
find their
away
hostage.
because it's a
Confirm for any
minefield.
signs of the contact's whereabouts.
You know what? Screw stealth, screw everything. Why I am so slow? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sucking at the game. Sorry.
Nomad, looks like the
I
KP
don't
have set up
remember
an
the
HQ in the town
keys.
hall
I'm
next to the
trying to
school.
throw
We
my
need to find their
grenade.
hostage. For any signs of the contact's whereabouts.
Grenade is G.
Nomad, I'm inside the village. Awaiting confirmation of the target.
Nomad, looks like the KP have set
She
up
was a
a
childhood
next to the
friend.
school. We need to find their hostage.
Oh, well, not that much of childhood. It was from the university.
Nomad, I'm inside the village.
But I was a
Awaiting
child.
confirmation
I
of the
entered
target.
university at
Looks like the KP have
age
set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school. We need to find their hostage.
of 17. I graduated at age 15 from high school. So I had a lot of extra time on my hands and I studied.
Nomad, I'm inside the
No,
village.
I know that now, Liam Nelson's chin. I know that you should keep yourself away from SJWs as much as you can. At that time, I didn't knew that. I finished my relationship with my ex-girlfriend, and my best friend from university came.
Take cover! Follow me! I'm moving out! Enemy! Come out and fight!
Yeah, that's going to be a better. Hey, fuck you! Sorry.
Nomad, I'm inside the village. Awaiting confirmation of the target.
Nomad, looks like the KP have set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school. We
Okay.
need to find their hostage.
And well,
Recon the
anyway,
building for any signs of the contact's
she
whereabouts.
came back to my life, and I was really happy because, you know, having a relationship suck is one thing, but then feeling like you won't be able to do it, not do it like having sex, and there's a mine there. It was more like.
I'm inside the village. Awaiting confirmation of the target.
Nomad, looks like the KP have set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school.
I
Need
wanted
find their
to
hostage. Recon
to
the building
enjoy
for any signs
again
of the
my
contact's
life.
whereabouts.
And I decided to it seems a lot worse between men and women than it was when I was young. It's terrible.
Need a cover fire! Folk engaged. Stop them! Cover
Yeah. And anyway, she came back to my life. I was happy to have her around to enjoy her. Then she started to be really weird. Then she went to India. She went to India. And when she came back, she was fully lost. And I mean it, she was lost. I didn't recognize her at all. She was vegan, she started to hate everyone and anyone that ate meat.
Have set up an HQ in the town hall next
started going to these support groups for women, and every time she came back, she said stuff about me being an oppressor and that it was not my fault, but it was from my birth, and I should feel ashamed. You know how stupid that sounds to me? So yeah, that ends with me basically saying to fuck off. She have tried to contact me a couple of times. Scroll wielding is not an option, then what is an option? My main weapon, I guess.
Nomad, I'm inside the village. I'm waiting confirmation of the target.
Nomad, looks like the KP have set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school. We need to find that hostage. Recon the building for any signs of the contact's
Nice.
whereabouts.
I'm getting better. I'm really getting better. So I will be fucking it up soon. And I just told her to F off. Sergeant Politeness! Hi, Isle! Happy New Year to everyone. I'm just sucking at games and talking about my past, which is kinda what I have been doing my whole life.
Recon the building for any signs of the contact's whereabouts.
Well, anyway, I cut that relationship clean. I will not tolerate that kind of stupidity after my 5-year girlfriend. And I have a grievance with Lucasfilm, and it's because they did an article, and I said this on a video, but this is what happened. There was this article on the Star Wars page, the Star Wars blog, that said that the fans that had grievances against Star Wars were part of this extreme right, white supremacist group. And they called us incels, they called us a lot of nasty things. This was on 2018. And I was following this legal action to be allowed to see my son. But in the audience, in front of the judge, they presented that a bunch of photographs of me on cosplay and of me on the Star Wars fan club Quito to certify that I was indeed an evil person. How did that ended? Well, I cannot see my son. By the way, I'm part Jew, and that is the worst part. Because if I were, I don't know, fully white, and someone wanted to say that to me, you know what? They are being nasty, they are being facetious, but no one will believe them. Having someone insult my blood that I hold dear because I knew my grandparents. I knew. Hey, I took that like a boss. Let's see. Come on, die already. Hey! What was that?
Nomad, I'm inside the village.
Okay.
Waiting confirmation of the target.
Nomad, looks
People
like the
really
KPF
dislike me here.
town hall next to the school. We need to find that hostage. Recon the building for any signs of the contact's whereabouts.
And anyway, that was used on court against me. So whenever I see Pablo Hidalgo, and this was some editor for the Star Wars blog that just set on stone a lot of the trash Pablo Hidalgo said, that made impossible for me to see my son. So I really hate that asshole. And I was getting a lot of goodwill for The Mandalorian and for Disney. I was really in love with the show. Then Pablo Hidalgo comes back to disparage us, and I'm like, okay, bitches, I thought you changed, but you know what? You can go F up. We live and learn. Everyone life has a path. Our path often coincides only now and then. Hate is opposed to a good life, as I think of it. Yeah, it is completely against having a good life. And I learned this. For a time, I was in this nice place where you go when you try to hang yourself by the neck too many times. So there I met this guy. He was there for his own will. What he told me is that the world outside of those walls was too heavy for him, and that there he found a place where he could be fine without anyone trying to mess with him. Then I found out he was a writer. He had someone to come to the hospital, and he signed documents because there was money being made and there was a lot of things happening around him, but he had nothing to do with that. He was just there. Come out, come out. And he said that there he found sanctity. You know what? I got the idea right away. He didn't need to convince me that... Hey!
Nomad, I'm inside the village. Awaiting confirmation of the target.
I was doing really fine there.
HQ in the town hall next to the school. We need to find that hostage. Recon the building for any signs of the contact's whereabouts.
Where's the RPG guy?
I see you.
Yeah, I got right away what he was saying. I was not there for a long time. I was there for a couple of weeks, and that was all. But he made that place his home.
I see
Where's the RPG guy?
Nomad, I'm inside the village. I'm waiting confirmation of the target.
Nomad, looks like the KP have set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school. We need to find that hostage. Recon
There I
the building
found
signs
out a lot
contacts
of
whereabouts.
interesting people, to be honest. It seems like the weirder you are, the more probabilities there is you will end up in a place like that. Because there I found out some musicians and such had been taking refuge, let's say. They were running away from society, to be honest, but that happens. That actually happens on society. Again, you are in the majority thing that way about Lucasfilm. I thought I can never trust their intentions again. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. They lost so many people. And as I said, I want this to be a gift I can give to my son. A piece of culture and of art that I can share with my son, with my blood. And I remember when being a Star Wars fan and doing all the weird shit I do was considered to be bad. And at that time, the only rest I had was comics and movies and such. And now those people are my enemies. Why? Why do they need to disparage us? Why do they need to fight with us? By the way, a lot of the people that I knew on the hospital were there because of social media. Seems like depression due to social media explanation, or however it is translated, you get so... Hey, Alexan Badakovic, welcome. Badakovic? Badabing, badabang. Anyway. Yeah, seems like a lot of people are getting ill because of social media. They are getting depressed to a point they cannot properly function on their daily lives. You know how bonkers that sound? That people cannot do things because of social media, they cannot live their lives because social media. Then I remember when Tifa died on Final Fantasy VII, and this is a real thing, you can look it up. People started to call to their jobs to announce they will not be going to work because they had someone died, and they felt depressed. And that was for a game character, man. That was not okay, that was... No, I'm running
Nomad, I'm inside the village. I'm waiting confirmation of the target.
GT 7050
Set up an HQ in the town hall next
and
to the school.
Nvidia GT
We need to find that
7050.
hostage. Recon
My
the building for any
frame
signs
rate
of
is
contact
shit.
whereabouts.
Especially when I'm trying to stream, my frame rate is terrible. But is what I have. And there's some things like this in my country. You could go for a new graphics card and expend 3 months of salary, or you could
yes,
the stream is terrible. It's not only on my... Oh, my CPU is a 3070 and AMD... No, whatever, is the brain froze. AMD that came out early 2020. That is a quite nice CPU. I use it to compile code, and that is beautiful on this CPU. It's just wonderful. But to do video stuff, I really think you need a good enough GPU, because this GPU cannot do anything, and I mean anything. Doom runs at 30 FPS, which is really low. One day I'll be willing to spend the money it takes to buy a nice enough GPU, but that's not my business. My business is developing software. Right now I'm doing web pages, but let's say the last 5 years I have been going way under the radar. And I mean going under the radar on the software community. Okay, you will have to do it offline though. Yeah. I am watching you from a small town on Pennsylvania, USA. Whoa! Liam Neeson's chin is on Pennsylvania. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, I could only dream this will be possible one day. I recall the first time I saw internet on the late 90s. Dude, on my country, this is how the internet worked. And if there's anyone that had some similar experience, please tell me, because this was wonderful. You went out and got this, let's say, internet passes. There were more like internet prepaid cards that you will use with your modem and your PC and the line, the normal telephone lines. Everyone had to wait until you finish using the internet. Eric O'Sullivan, hi there! Just checking in. I'm cooking supper and listening to George Orwell's Animal Farm. Oh, I love that book. I can swear Biden will be a snowball. I can swear, I'm calling it now. Biden will be a snowball. Anyway. So you had to punch the code every time you wanted to go to the internet. After punching the code, your modem will sound like ass. And I mean like ass, like our ass from Hills vs Babyface when he goes. That's the sound of a modem. That's... I think he's a strange breed of human modem or something. I don't know. Well, anyway. Those cards hold, let's say, an hour of internet. An hour of internet. So you had to buy multiple internet cards. I need to work live tomorrow. Oh, yeah. That's why on Final Fantasy they will never try to kill a character that way again. It's because so many people call to their jobs to mourn a character. So there's a connection between beats and people. There's people get really into the characters they love, the games they love, and social media has the same effect. We are seeing a screen, but we are so used to having feelings about things on screen, on any screen, that social media just amplifies that, just takes that and uses it as a way to keep you engaged. It's not only that you like to fight, you also like to feel engaged, to feel love, to feel whatever you get from social media. You want to have that all the time, and that's the real issue. The amount of energy you set on what people are saying about you on social media is what cripples you. Well, coming back to the internet, students say in the early 90s, before we had internet, we had AOL, which was a self-contained internet-like environment they created. Yes, I know about AOL because a lot of their protocols I had to implement on some products. But as I know, they went belly up and had a lot of legal issues. Yeah, there's an RPG there. There's gotta be an RPG up there. So can I get there? Next time I'll try to stream. You cannot break the glass with the... What is it? Ballistic? I don't get it. Oh. Seriously?
Contact is being held somewhere in the village. Search the main buildings.
Prophet, I'm in the town hall. Looks like the KPA are using it as an HQ. No sign of the hostage. We must be holding her in the school. I'm seeing plans for a research system.
Hey!
It
was a mess, that AOL stuff, but Netscape paste come from that, and you know, that's why we have Firefox. So something good came out of that, maybe. But yeah, the internet was terrible at that time. I remember trying to download anime. I was trying to download... I guess it was Evangelion. And it was bonkers. It took... how many weeks? And I was downloading each individual part of the zip. and at that time there was this popular tool to really get things compressed, but you had to wait for an episode of anime. You had to wait 3 hours for it to decompress. So it was actually a lot of work to get one episode, and to get music, man, that was bonkers. Dial-up was the weirdest moment of the internet by far. AOL and modem that took the phone line. Yeah, that's exactly what we had. Hear the modem, connecting sounds, connecting. I first went out to net library computer. Then we didn't have internet on our libraries. That's something we still sometimes lack. I hated when I was on AOL and someone else picked up the... That happened a lot in my household. That happened a lot. So I lost so many packages because someone randomly decided to try and call grandma or something. It was... I love it, the internet. I hate it, having to use the internet. I really despised having to spend all that time trying to get a single image. But when that image came, oh yeah, that was life. I'm empty. Oh! I was not expecting that.
Awaiting confirmation of the target.
No man. Looks like the KPA set up an HQ in the town hall next to the school. We need to find that
I
hostage.
had a lot of fun during the internet days. I remember I had the R4 for the Nintendo DS, and I went to a trip with my mom. I went to this weird net cafe where I downloaded Pokemon Emerald in packages to play on the R4 on my Nintendo DS, and it was glorious. If I wanted to download a DS game, I would have had to get real internet. Okay. Seems like blowing that up was the thing that killed me most of the time. And I did it, and I played... No, it was Pokemon Fire Red. That's the thing I downloaded. And before you blame me for piracy, in my country, it's almost common knowledge that piracy is the way to go. We have stores, and I mean big ass stores full of piracy, full of bootleg DVDs and Blu-rays and games and stuff. And it's like going to a Tower Records on my youth, but you can actually afford something there. And this came up because, I don't know, the internet was difficult to use and difficult to get, so people started to buy on bulk bootleg DVDs. I have this box with, I'll say 500 DVDs, between anime and stuff. I did some covers for my DVDs because were the cheap ones that didn't have artwork or anything. And man, I love that box. If one day the entire world goes to hell, I'll have a lot of anime to watch. Let's read some comments. Ah, don't kill me! Don't kill me! I'm too young to die! You are not. Yeah. Eric O'Sullivan, Liam Nelson Chinse. Are you going to do a review of Doctor Who New Year's special? I found it boring and failed to move emotionally. Her solution always seems to be the easy. Yeah, I'm not. I tried to do a video about the words, my words seen on New Doctor Who. I could not watch New Doctor Who. Sorry. I found it so boring, so jarring. She's insufferable. She's a terrible person to be around. Sorry, but earlier doctors were the shit. And I mean it. Matt Smith was quirky, but he had this charisma and this good disposition that made him enjoyable. Before that, we had David Tennant that was delightful, and I mean delightful. Every single scene with his puppy eyes, and you know he was just a second away from tears, but he was holding up and he was cheering people. Yeah. And before that, if you have seen the first Doctor, and I mean the very first Doctor, you know he was childish. He did a lot of weird shit. He lied a lot to get things his way, and that's how they ended up on the Mayas and meeting the Daleks and all that. Because he was a fun person to be around, yet he was childish and he was self-absorbed, but he managed to be fun. Jodie Whittaker is not fun at all. She's boring. And that's my main issue with her. Capaldi was lovely, but his writers were shit. But if I saw Capaldi, I will stay for a Capaldi episode. I will never stay for a Jodie Whittaker episode. She's so damn plain and simple boring. Let me read the chat. I read 1984 a few months ago. I haven't read The Animal Farm since my 20s. I got Samiet's we early 2019. 2019 became a weird year, but it was not the SJW year as so many people tend to believe. It was 2012. That was the SJW year. That year, a lot of properties went to the companies that were already trying to do some SJW stuff. Like Disney, for instance. Disney already had a lot of inclusivity policies and such. It was just that no one really cared because it was not an issue. Okay, I need to be better protected to do that. But at that time I was going to these events that were called the Barcamp and Campus Party. Full tech events.
hall next to the school. We need to find that hostage.
more directed
Recon the building
toward
for any signs of the contact's
not only
whereabouts.
geeks but actual developers. Man, we had someone come to tell us the future of developing was going to be communist, and I use a lot of Creative Commons and open source stuff, but no, that's not the future. I don't know what they were smoking, but it was not the good stuff. That took care of a lot of enemies, and I'm so proud of that. Yeah, that was on tech at that time, and Google was starting to be SJW the time when they got the Google movie. Have you seen that train wreck? It's a recruiting propaganda crappy movie disguised as the worst comedy movie you have ever seen. Nice. And they wanted us to be on board with that. Inclusivity on developing games, how many people you need to have of each gender, of each race. If you are using SEO tools, are you asking Google about your retention rate with dark skinned people? If you... That was a clusterfuck, man. What kind of imbecile will go for that kind of stuff? But we had a lot of people there, so I guess there was some public. And the fact that right now Google is doing just that is weird, man. It's really weird. But at that time I didn't really care about that. It was not something for me to decide what companies were doing, and when I had to do some community management, I just did what they asked. And I guess most of the employees there do the same. They do not like to be fired or screamed at or whatever, so they just do whatever is needed for them to be done, and that's it. You don't really want to lose your job over saying your boss, I don't want to keep asking my clients if they have a pair of teeth or not. Somehow that was important. So yeah, the majority of these issues, I saw them coming a long time ago. I just didn't care enough about it to do anything. Oh, come on! Oh, let's write some chats. I will watch Capaldi do specific math. Yes, totally. They will have great story arc. They did it for Matt Smith and Practice Space. Yeah, Matt Smith run was amazing. Emilia Pons is my favorite from that time. Rory was amazing as the Centurion. You had right now they are supposed to be oblivious about the existence of the Daleks, right? On the Emilia's let's say, a brainwashing. Ah, that felt so nice. Oh, Liam Nelson's chin. He is the smoothest there is on Friday Night Lights. And well, I guess when Nintendo started to do some weird shit on the Wii U, I should have said enough is enough, because it was my favorite console, and having so much restrictions was so shitty. The funny thing is that I have been in the community for almost 3 years, and I have only interacted with the community for a year, because I don't usually talk to people. I most likely won't speak to anyone on my daily basis. And so also I was depressed at that time. I was really depressed, so speaking to people seemed like a burden. But then it was on Friday Night Lights that they were discussing the meaning of a child to a parent, and how you will burn your world, everyone on the world, for your child. And you know, that hit home. As I said, I have issues with the visitation of my kids, so that really struck home. So I started first doing some small talking, and then I don't know, people were just nice. And that's something that you don't have in every community. Like, you go to Geeks and Gamers, people are nice, you know they will shit talk, but people are nice. If you go to Friday Night Lights, you know people are nice. If you go to, let's say, World Class Bullshitters, they are a bit more on the shit talking, but they will be nice. The only community where I felt like I didn't belong, and I say that no saying they made me feel that, but I felt that, is when I started. One of the channels that I follow was this No Bullshit channel. Well, that's the only community where I decided I will not participate, and yeah, that's everything, to be honest. It was not something terrible. This is your first live stream watching of the day. Sorry about the frame rate and my suckiness at playing and everything else. One day I'll get a damn nice video card and I will be able to do a lot of nice streams. Before I was using my Elgato, and by the way, Sergeant Politeness, you saved my life at that time. I really mean it. I spent most of the money just rebuilding the PC. I got a bed for my dog, and all the rest was spent on trying to rebuild the PC. And I finished just a day before I had to present my project. It was this webpage for a dental studio on the United States. But they contacted us because the price with us is less than $1,000. In the United States, what they needed was, I guess, 7,000 or something like that. So they decided to go with us. I managed to finish the web page, and actually I made it gorgeous. And I'm not always happy with my work, but when I do, it's because it ends up being something really, really nice. And this webpage looks like a charm. It is incredibly easy to use because this dental studio is all about old people. So yeah, I love the results of my work when they are done with that amount of care. And that website, I was using equipment that I got from the community, so I was not up to waste that opportunity. And I actually set Easter egg. If you hit the Konami code on that web page, hey, I managed to kill that guy. Oh, Peter Capaldi, man. His accent, and you know, in the first Capaldi moment, I really felt like he was the Doctor. Is when on his first episode he goes out of the TARDIS and he goes mixing names. So he goes to Clara and, oh, Handles, you have let yourself go, haven't you? And Clara goes, I'm not Handles, that's not yours to decide, or something like that. And I was, yes. Do you remember the Fourth Doctor when he named Ramona? Oh, okay, this was the point I... Oh, what did I did that? God damn it. Yeah, about that. Why? Yeah, that felt like it's either Fred or Ramona. Okay, it's Fred. Let's go, Ramona. You know that scene? That's the Doctor.
Got your six, boss.
That's the Doctor. That's the Doctor being nice to people, but still being an asshole because he is a natural asshole. The Doctor is a natural asshole.
Easy, darling.
Oh, you helped a lot, Sergeant Politeness. You have no idea. I just installed my USB 3.0 card, my new power supply, and I was like, God damn it, this is gonna be excellent, my quality will go up. I had this USB microphone that I loved. I had it for almost 7 years, and I used to record every single tutorial I had ever made to any project I have ever made that needed a tutorial.
I'm not going back. I barely made it out alive.
She has not the accent to say love.
We've been monitoring Rosenthal's work.
Okay, Lovey, don't get so high on yourself.
It's not a statue. It started transmitting a signal.
Anyway,
It led us to a structure in the mountain.
I plug the power supply, I run my PC, I start to get some weird issues, and then I start to hear this wild coil noise. This
May not have much time.
Then it just sounds.
Get Rosenthal's team out of here and
something fell off on the goddamn thing. I don't know if it made contact between 3 volts and 12 volts, or if it just some capacitor went off. I don't know. Everything on the USB line got fried. And there's stuff I will never get back, like the Wacom tablet. Yeah, that's a pipe dream. There's no way I can. Just because that one I negotiated a bunch of weed. My weed is not to get that high. Why did I keep throwing grenades instead of... That didn't count. Well, anyway. And at one point I was like, no, I have to fix this, I have to do something, and I started dismantling things. I tried to do a bit of micro soldering, and then I noticed that the things were fully fried. That was 12 volts to a 3 volt sentry, and that was a real mess. So I asked my best friend, what should I do? And he comes up with the idea of trying to get money somewhere else. Well, he's on the United States, so I said, let's try GoFundMe. It's not like we will waste that much in trying. Yeah, that's how I ended up doing that GoFundMe, because you know what, some days I wake up and I say I'll fix some stuff today, and I start messing around with capacitors and with code, and I have fixed a lot of weird stuff. But when you cannot get any kind of that was not enough. Oh well, fuck you too. Was the first Doctor I watched with Topology. This is the relationship with Romano. Number 2 was classic. If BBC wanted something. Yes, I don't know why. First of all, as I have researched a lot about the final moments of Romana. It seems like she is in a different universe and a different reality, so they should be able to get her back. But they didn't. River Song is not a character you can use for that. Plain and simple. River Song is good as the Doctor's wife. She is badass, but she is not the kind of character you can use to do a spin-off series. If you want to do something with any character, they had Ramona for life. Some people say they should have gone to the parallel universe and try something with Rose and with the Meta Doctor, and no. If you want to do something real nice, you do Romana. But I guess that's out of the question now. So we have Dr. Karen, which is not nice. I hate when a game tells me that I can lower the difficulty. It's like being humiliated by the game, like, ha, you cannot play me. No, I can play you, right? I'm bad at it, but I can play you. Okay, here it comes. Let's see if this... No. If they want to impress with the same-sex relationship for the just female doctor with... Okay, let me tell you this. If they had some way to bring back all characters, to do the lesbian relationship or whatever, I think they could have done a lot of really weird stuff and really fun stuff. And that's the issue. Like, remember, just remember that... okay. There's some ammunition. Well, you have Ramona. You had Rose. That if you were to bring back Rose for a while, exploring the Dr. Karen, having these feelings about Rose would be actually nice, because it didn't end well for the Doctor and Rose. So having her be uncomfortable around Rose and acting like she doesn't know what to do I flirt? Do I tell her to fuck off? Do I still feel something about her? That should be the way to go if you are trying to do this, you know? Because you had someone that the Doctor actually loved. And that should be enough to trigger any kind of confrontation. But they didn't want confrontation, they wanted validation, and that's stupid. You cannot get validated by every single fan of any franchise, no matter what. There's no way. Whenever you do the smallest change to a formula, you will lose a lot of people. Normally, you will get a hold of 70% of your audience, because that's the kind of people that will come back no matter what. But you still have the other 30% that will just don't give a crap. They were there for Tennant, so when Matt Smith became the Doctor, they didn't care. They just plain and simple didn't care about Matt Smith. The same happened with Capaldi, the same happened... Come on, first Doctor to second Doctor, you think they didn't lose a lot of traction with that change? It was the first time in history any show tried to do something like that. It was an unproven concept. And they managed to get people behind the Doctor changing shape, and it became part of the lore. It was not supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be this quick fix to something that they had no other way to fix it. So I don't get this mentality, like it's because they changed something. Doctor Who had a lot of variations. That series was never about one big thing.
Getting ready to move. No man, proceed to the rendezvous point.
Roger.
That was not supposed to happen. Tea time, enjoy. Please enjoy. And that's the issue, I guess. I don't know. We were more than capable of changing the Doctor time and time and time again, and it's not like each Doctor were the same, they were completely different. They have different ways to deal with people, like, let's say, the first Doctor, he will be childish and get things done. The second Doctor, he will be hard with people and get things done. The third Doctor was charming to people and got things done. The fourth Doctor was fun, that got things done. What does Jodie Whittaker have to offer to say she can get things done? What does she have that can be good for the viewer? She has nothing. And that's the main issue, I guess, for me with Doctor Who. That Doctor Who has always been different in so many iterations, and we had always had terrible effects. And I remind you that we had literal plastic spiders as an antagonist, and the Daleks had this toilet plunger and I don't know what the other thing was. I'm pretty sure they didn't even know. And you know what? We feared enemies made out of trash cans and toilet plungers. We had that love for Doctor Who. We were able to pass right through the terrible CGI effects of the Wasp during David Tennant's oh, goddammit. And yeah, we had a lot of that. We had so many iterations of the same person, but it felt like it was the same person. And now Whittaker doesn't feel like the Doctor. And I see her in action and I'm like, okay, she's not the Doctor. She's boring and kinda inconsequential. So why should I care? Why should I be glued to the screen? With Matt Smith, I was glued to the screen. I was always glued to the screen. I know some episodes were too Americanized, but man, he had some real fun stuff. Oh, there's another vehicle. And I don't know if they don't get the importance of fun on whatever they do. Matt Smith was always happy to be the Doctor. You could feel his happiness. It was on screen all the time. With Jodie, it's like she's there alright. That shouldn't be the case. The Doctor is going in the ultimate runaway. He is just going wherever he wants, whenever he wants, to do anything and everything. Let me hear the chat. Let me read the chat. I am hoping this SJW agenda improves one day, and they realize that Star Trek and Doctor Who are not failing to generate them any profit. The fans who actually have money to spend on merch are not happy. Look, I have no money to spend on merch. I really don't. There's times I really get mad at myself because I have spent small amounts of money on useless shit. Like a figure. If you have a figure, you cannot say you have something that is actually valuable. You can say some people will give it value, but it's not valuable. Sorry, but it is not. You cannot set it on eBay and get it sold right now, unless it's something real weird you want. But if you have something that is not that common, you will be able to sell it in due time. Like video games, you can have a cartridge of the first run of Super Mario for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. You will be able to say that you have something worth a couple, $100,000 for the first run for me. That's about right. But if you were to sell it right here, right now, you will be unable to do so. You will need to set a lot of marketing for whatever you are trying to sell. If not, it will get stuck there. And I know that because I have an IBM 5150, one of the first computers ever to be sold, and I cannot sell it for the love of God. I tried once. I got the hint that no one was willing to pay what it was worth, and I stopped trying. Because one day, maybe, I will get the right buyer and I will be able to do what I have to do.
HQ. I'm seeing plans for a research facility. Must be our excavation site.
Most of the time, yeah, it's a paperweight. It's a really fancy, really pricey paperweight. So it's not like we are getting a lot of value out of our purchases. We are spending money on something that, to be honest, maybe is most likely will be thrown into the trash one day by our relatives when we are not here. I have seen that meme about my worst fear is that my wife sells my action figures for what I told her they cost. Yeah. Most of the people we know, we socialize with, we work with, they know shit about anything. And they don't care. It's not about food, it's not about resources. Then why should I care about this toy? That's the mindset, and I have seen real treasures being thrown or destroyed by that mentality. But it's real. Those people most likely will never get anything out of their purchase. So what do? We hold to that because we love whatever it is. I love my Darth Vader. I will never sell it. I know it's worth some money. I will never sell it. Same with my Luke Skywalker. I know it's worth a couple of pennies. Will that be enough? I lose that figure, will that be enough? Because I love that figure. Okay. So yeah, I spent 2 months trying to sell it, let's say. And I get a buyer, and the buyer wants to pay the right price, and everything is okay. I will spend that money in a week. Because if I sell my stuff, it's to pay bills. I will not sell it for anything else. Like I said, I sold my magic cards for a woman, and I will always feel like that was a mistake.
Maximum strength. Energy critical.
That will always be a mistake on my part. I sold something valuable to me that I will have enjoyed with my friends for nothing, for a relationship. So now, if I sell anything, I sell it for bills. I won't be using my money to pamper anyone ever again. Lesson learned. And well, I'm okay with losing some personal items. I'm not okay with selling to someone that will most probably waste them.
I'm on my way.
I don't know if you get my mindset. It's losing something precious to you for something that you will not value at all. It is just sad. Plain and simple sad. Using that money to survive is necessary. That's life. That's how everything works. Sometimes you just have to suck it up. Then again, to go to a party, and I know people that have sold Gundam models and such to go to parties, and I mean $1,000 Gundam models for 500 to go to a party. And is that worth that much? Is really that party you will forget most likely in the morning. You will be high, you will be drunk, and you will forget everything and anything about the party. If you wake up and you go to your desk and you have this nice figure of, let's say, I have here the slave one. I have another one. Yes, I collect slave ones. I have not the big one. One day, maybe. I come back to my room when I'm feeling a bit sad or I feel like things are going wrong.
I'm on my way.
And I see my figures and I feel refreshed. I feel better. I feel like I have something to admire. And this is something that I do not feel can be accomplished by just getting rid of your stuff. Or maybe it is. I don't know. As I said, my mindset is about what I win, what I lose whenever I do something. Because I hate wasting. I just got my first island today. Is oh, you are into Warhammer, right? I haven't played Warhammer in 10 years and I know nothing about it. Why? Because I was busy playing Magic the Gathering and wasting my money there. It was fun, to be honest. I have a killer deck. If I just found... I'm missing 3 cards. 3 cards to finally finish that deck. Most of the cards in that deck I got by trading or doing random pickups. Yet it's a $2,000 worth deck. How? I have no goddamn idea. I never planned to have an expensive deck. I just mix and match years of Magic cards. Then I go to play one time in this small store. By the way, the store where I played Magic was owned by a guy that actually tried to take my girlfriend away, and if I had let him do that, I will be on a better position right now. So, lesson learned. Sometimes you gotta let the guy have your girl. Sometimes. Yeah. I got into a fight and everything, and now that I have my head cold, man, I messed it up there. Because it was a really quick way to end that relationship. I just have to say I don't care. I just don't care. And everything was over. If you want book recommendations from me, I have some weird taste on books. I have some really weird taste on books. For example, most of the people I know hate, and I mean hate with passion, the Count of Monte Cristo. I love that book. Is boring at the beginning? Yes, it is. Once it gets going, when you get to the Abattoir area, oh man, that book becomes amazing. Most people I have recommended that book to have told me that it's a boring book. So yeah. I don't know how you get bored by a book about someone literally enacting the most gruesome revenge you can ever see. All the Russian classics.
KPA patrol headed your way.
Can you believe I read Lev Tolstoy at age 11 and I actually enjoyed it? Well, my childhood was quite weird, to be honest. My grandfather had this huge collection of books. I mean, every single book you can never imagine, and he had this copy of The Origin of the Species by Charles Darwin. And yes, I became an atheist when I was a child because of Charles Darwin. I read the book because it had an iguana on the cover, and well, I'm Ecuadorian, we have the Galapagos, I loved iguanas. So I started reading that at age 6, and I got into evolution a lot. Then, as I said on Friday Night Tides, I asked a nun if monkeys had souls, and I got kicked out right away. Then I did a lot of weird stuff. Like, when I was a kid, I had this. It's a remote control car, but it was not the radio control one. It was the kind you get that have a small cord and nothing else. So I tried playing with that, didn't got good results, dismantled it, got the motor in a bunch of Mechanos, and did my own tank, and it was awesome. I think I'm breaking the boundaries of the game. It was just incredible having. Oh, the man in the iron mask is incredible. And the Three Musketeers, but to be honest, the best of Dumas was the Count of Monte Cristo. I don't know if he had a grudge against someone, but damn it. Well, anyway, that was the kind of stuff I did for enjoyment. I turned apart the ironing machine. I turned apart the refrigerator. I loved playing with machines. I bloody loved playing with machines.
Nomad, I spotted hostiles on the other side of the river. Proceed with caution.
Let's see if I can kill them. No. My best strategy is just to lure them to somewhere. Okay, I would like a Predator game where you are the Predator. I would really love a game where you are the Predator. Yeah, so at that time I was way into technology books, and my grandfather, when he decided to move out of his home, let me a bunch of Popular Mechanics. I have Popular Mechanics from 1950 to 1999. Every single issue. He made hardcovers for every single year, and is bloody amazing, to be honest. And I remember that because whenever I could, I would still do magazines to read them. I will get into my grandfather's room to get the magazines. And damn it, there I learned why the Nintendo 64 was 64 bits. I learned how a processor was working at the time. I learned how to assemble a desk, a lazy Susan. I don't know. It was just fascinating to see how many things you could do. I guess I should go with armor then. And at that time, my grandfather supported my inclination towards technology. When I was 17, that I was going to college, I decided to... Oh, Eric O'Sullivan, thank you very much for hanging around. I hope I wasn't too boring for you. Dude, thanks for being here, really. Thanks for being here. And thanks to everyone for being here. I'm trying to play while I speak in another language, and I know it's kinda hard to understand me a lot of times.
Nomad, I spotted hostiles on the other side of the river. Proceed with caution.
And well, I went to my grandfather and told him I want to do video games. And he laughed his ass off. He told me that was a waste of time and I should give up on that and I should go to medicine. And I was really good on biology and I ended up studying biology, so... But that was the first time I thought, well, maybe this is a useless skill. And I let it waste for 5 years. Oh, thank you very much, Leon Nelson's chin. And I haven't been reading that much the chat because playing and reading is hard. Maybe if I trap them, I'll be trapping me too, but the strategy. It was fun. It was fun to be that kid that did a lot of weird stuff. It was fun. What it also was really lonely. Because, you know, the weird kid. I was the one talking about
The road to the excavation site is through
PCs.
these heights. Move out.
and talking about video games and talking about comics, and everyone was into some of those things, but not every single thing. I don't know. I get that now I was the different one, and I get that one, but somehow I think a lot of kids will have been more inclined to do that bunch of weird stuff if they had the access that I had to the magazines and to books and to a lot of stuff.
The sooner we are off this rock, the better.
Oh, I love the aliens on this game.
Prophet! God damn it, Prophet! What the hell? Prophet, you read me? Come in, Prophet! Come in! Damn it!
Maybe just... I don't know, maybe. I know there's a lot of kids right now that have no computational skills, yet they own incredible PCs.
I've got 2 men down and something just grabbed Prophet. They dragged him into the jungle. He's gone.
I'm gonna pull you out of there, son. Sit tight and I'll get a bird down there to you ASAP.
Negative, sir. I can still complete. I've got intel on Rosenthal's location. He's being held at an excavation site somewhere near a Korean military base. I'm going after him.
It's your call, son. Our GPS system's being jammed. I know tactical support at this time.
Hey! Come on, come on. Yeah, maybe I would like to see what will happen in 20 years, because a lot of... Look, I have studied a lot of anthropology, and cars are maybe the most the youth had on terms of freedom. Having a car, owning a car, meant you could go everywhere, you could do anything, you could... If you get kicked out of your home, you will have a place to sleep.
Prophet, you read me? Come in, Prophet.
Having a car is where everything was at. Now that we are in lockdowns and things are a bit different, having a PC have turned into the new having a car. It's the new I can go everywhere, I can do everything, I can party with my friends, I can enjoy things. It has become the new having a car. So, on my weird mind, what I think is maybe the amount of people that got into mechanics because of cars will start to go toward technologies. So let's just say my nephew. I usually troll him because, you know, he's young, he needs to know his place in the world. He can't be like kind awesome, so I usually try to get him a bit down from what he does. My mother tends to overpraise him, and that goes into his head, but you know what, he has some skills for technology. And in the future, that means that he will be able to pick a job, to do a lot of stuff, that
I can still complete. I've got intel on Rosenthal's location.
normally he will
He's
not
being
be
held at an
able to do.
excavation site somewhere near a Korean military
Just because
base.
he has a PC.
I'm going after.
It's only because of that.
It's your call, son. But our GPS system's being jammed.
If he didn't have that PC, he will be wasting his day every single day. But even playing games makes him try to get things running properly, so he has to understand the operating system, and he has to understand how every component works, and that will generate skills. So in the future, if he has a job and he is the only one that knows how to use Linux and the only one who knows how to work around any issue on the office, well, he will get a lot of extra work, but he will get a lot of work security. So the kids that learn how to do mechanical stuff because of their cars, they got the skill.
What the hell? Prophet, you read me?
The kids that are learning how to use their PCs
Damn it!
will have a skill, and that's enough to kickstart your life. If you go out without any kind of skill, well, you will be a waste of human being. You will make a lot of people get into trouble because you are incapable of doing your work. It's not only that you will get into trouble, because your manager will get into trouble, the people around you will get into trouble, because you cannot properly work what you have to do.
It's your call, son. But our GPS system's being
So
jammed.
this new age of every single child having
Disable the jammer. I'll run a satellite scan of the area and see if we can locate that excavation site.
Copy, Major. Much appreciated.
whatever it is, a PC or a whatever. Okay.
The situation's FUBAR. I still can't reach
That's
JSOC on the
gonna
secure
get a
channel.
lot of
Be another
kids
jammer. We need
their
to find
jobs.
it and take it out.
If you
Till
don't
then,
know
we're
nothing,
on our own.
like millennials right
Highlighted
now,
area of the map is about 3 clicks up this
millennials
valley.
are the Jon Snow of
The sooner we
these
are off
current
this ride.
modern era generations. They know nothing. They plain and simply know nothing. So you have a lot of people that if you say to them, I want you to go to the server room and fix this, they will tell you, but I don't have that skill. Okay, but we just had to fire our web manager, and we need someone to do that. Can you do that? You are our only employee left. No, I cannot. Well then, fuck off. I will get someone that can do both
I've got
things.
2 men down and something just grabbed Prophet. They dragged him into the jungle. He's gone.
We're gonna pull you out of there, son. Sit tight.
It's that simple. If you cannot
Negative,
perform,
sir. I can
you're
still
out.
complete. I've got intel on Rosenthal's location. He's being held at an excavation
so
site
this big
somewhere near a
idea
Korean
of
military
people
base.
saying I don't want to do things, what this making is hindering their possibilities, limiting them. This new mindset of I have a PC, I want to run it well, or at least to be able to play a lot of things. That's how I
The
started
situation's
with
FUBAR.
machines,
I still can't reach JSOC on the
and that's
secure
a good
channel.
way
Must be
to
another
earn
jammer. We need to find it and
your
take it out.
abilities.
Till then,
It
we're on
will
our own.
not be
Highlighted area
easy.
of the map is about 3 clicks up this valley.
Then again, one day you will be on your desk and your
Sooner we
PC
are off
will
this
start to misbehave, and you will say, you know what, boss, I got this. And your boss will say, okay, next time I will ask you to fix
What the hell?
the
You
machines,
read me? Come in, Prophet.
and
Come
you
in.
will have a new revenue stream. Whatever you were doing at that company,
This is Major Strickland at Opcom.
is now being boosted by your skills.
Prophet is MIA.
That will impact a lot of people. I have some level of trust on the newer generations.
Negative, sir. I can still complete. I've got intel on Rosenthal's location. He's being held in an excavation site somewhere near a Korean military base. I'm going after him.
Why? Only because they will be doing things my generation won't. And that's the saddest part. My generation will not be able to perform in the same way. So a lot of people from my generation will be jobless soon. And 15, 16, 17 somethings will have work. Maybe not legal work, but they will have work.
The sooner we are off this rock, the better.
My generation got screwed, man. I mean, it was fun. You could buy everything you wanted for most of the people. You could do that.
Come in. Damn it.
If you wanted a washing machine, you could buy a washing machine. You didn't need to know how a washing machine works. No, buying a washing machine will cost you money you don't have.
Prophet is MIA. I've got 2 men down and something just grabbed Prophet. They dragged him into the jungle.
If
he's gone.
Your washing machine stops running and you don't have money to pay for a repair, you're fucked.
I've got intel on Rosenthal's location.
Plain and simple, you're fucked.
Site somewhere near a Korean military base. I'm going after him.
That should not be the case. You should be able to quick change your.
Copy, Major. Much appreciated.
I don't know. I can pick and choose whatever I want to do normally. I know how to run weird software for pharmaceutical stuff. I know how to decode genes on software especially done for that. But also I can just sit down and get a good FPS amount on my PC. What the fuck? Can I survive? No, I was so only try figuring things out was my best entertainment. The confidence that yeah, that's another part of this. When you try for the first time to fix your PC, you will fail. And you will get a lot of issues that normally you could just fix. But since you don't know how to fix them, you will get things worse. Then you will go get that thing fixed and you will see how it was fixed. Next time you will try to do the same. That was on my case. Now you can actually go to YouTube and get tutorials of how to repair things. Let's say I had this problem during the pandemic start. The lockdown went on full effect. You could not leave your home. You could not do a lot of things.
I repeat, Prophet is MIA. I've got 2 men down and something just grabbed Prophet.
One day, the water pipes on my house broke. What I did was to remove the pipe, get someone near to loan me the right tools, and I fixed the pipe. It was supposed to last 15 days, this lockdown. It ended
Copy,
up
Major.
lasting
Much appreciated.
3 months. If I were to wait for someone to fix my pipes, I would have spent thousands of dollars paying my bills. Thousands of dollars. So the right solution was not to wait. The right solution was to work things out. Yes, I could have waited for a plumber to come to my house, and I will be in debt for decades. That doesn't seem to be a good trade-off. I'm just saying.
The situation's FUBAR.
A couple of hours of my time going
Must be another
to...
jammer. We need to find it and take it
First
out.
I wanted
Till
to
then,
get
we're on our
a hardware shop.
Highlighted area of
I
the
wasn't
map is
able
about
to
3
find
clicks
one
up
because
the
everything was closed because it was illegal to open your business.
The sooner we are off this
So I
road,
had to find a way. Finding a way meant being able to secure a lot of money for my family in the future. Money that I will be paying to get a service done that I was able to do myself.
Come in!
So what lesson is there to be learned? That you should change to copper pipes? No. You should. Yes, alright, it's a bit better than PVC.
I've got 2 men down
But
and
what
something
you
just
really
grabbed
need to do
Prophet. It dragged
is
him
being
into the jungle.
able
He's
to
gone.
finish your job, to finish the task.
Negative,
And
sir.
a
I
mentality
can still
that
complete.
is fully
Got
focused
intel
on
Rosenthal's
finishing
location.
the task is
He's
the
being
one that
held in an
will get you there.
excavation site somewhere near a Korean military base.
My generation doesn't have that mentality. They think someone will come and save them. If you want salvation, you use your own pair of hands. If you have to dig to get water, you do it.
the situation's FUBAR. I still can't reach
If you
JSOC
need
on the secure
to
channel.
hunt to
Must be
survive,
another
you
jam.
do it.
We need to find it and take it out. Until then, we're on our own. The highlighted area of the
Look,
map is about 3 clicks up
I
this
grew in
valley.
poverty. I grew in poverty. My grandfather had money. My father was a musician that decided he will become the greatest musician there ever was. And thus he never actually worked.
Prophet! God damn it, Prophet!
So I went to my grandfather's home to lunch because we didn't have money enough to buy lunch for ourselves. We had a home, alright, but he sold it to buy guitars. So.
Prophet is MIA. I repeat, Prophet is MIA. I've got 2 men down and something just grabbed Prophet. It dragged him into the jungle. He's gone.
I had to do a lot
Negative,
of
sir. I can still complete.
a lot of
I've got
work
intel on
to
Rosenthal's
get
location.
things.
He's being held at an
Like
excavation site
when I
somewhere
was
near a
12.
Korean military base.
I don't know if in the United States something like this happens whatsoever, but in my country you can get it. It's illegal, but you still do it. You can get in the bus and sell candy and sell that kind of stuff. You won't get a lot of money. Let's be honest, you will get a couple of cents. But it's
The
enough
situation's
to
FUBAR. I still can't reach JSOC on the secure channel. Must be another jammer.
To
We
do
need
whatever
find
you
it
want.
And take it out. Until then,
If you needed food, if you didn't needed food, you got food. If you needed clothing, you got clothing. I bought a couple of action figures for Star Wars, but not the brand ones, the off-brand ones that use the same molds, and I own them still. I love them because.
Damn it!
Oh, that is. You are going. Thank you very much for being here, for hearing my weird rambling. I'm just an old man, I guess. Well, see you soon. I hope to have you again. Liam Nelson, what do you say if I end the stream here? We are closing up. No, we are actually on the 3-hour mark. You know, it was fun. Next time, let's try it again, and maybe we will get more people to think that I'm a weirdo. Okay, so thank you very much, really, thank you very much for being here. First stream of the year, and first stream that I had more than one person, and that person was me. So I'm really glad. I'll be trying to do this more often. Maybe, you know, maybe this channel will get off. Happy New Year to you too, and to everyone that maybe see this video afterwards. You know, I'm glad I found this community. I'm glad I found you people. I really am. Life is weird, but life, as the new Pedro Pascal meme says, it can be better. Inception.